So here we are, it's another UFC card, and this time it's a massive UFC card. This ain't no shitty fucking fight night in the Apex we're breaking down, boys. We're breaking down UFC 300, the biggest card of all time, maybe. So we got the first fight of the night, and I'm going to be breaking down every single fight like I always do. We have Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt to open up the card, and I feel like this is a no-brainer. I'm going with Deiveson Figueiredo. Cody Garbrandt, yeah, he's looking good. But look at the level of guys he's beaten. He's beaten Trevin Jones in a bore fest, and he beat Brian Kelleher. Brian Kelleher would lose to guys from the regional scene at this point in his career, I feel like. I don't think Brian Kelleher is UFC level anymore, so I don't really rate Cody Garbrandt beating him. But Deiveson Figueiredo on the other end, he's just gone in there and slept Rob. Well, not slept, but he's gone there, knocked around Rob Font, beat the shit out of Rob Font. MMA math doesn't work, but remember what Rob Font did to Cody Garbrandt? He completely masterclassed him. I'm not going to use that as the reason why, though. I just think Cody Garbrandt has really bad defense, and it's been shown that Deiveson Figueiredo's power has gone up a weight class. And I'm going to actually go for Deiveson Figueiredo to get this fight done via KO over Cody Garbrandt. So that's how I got the first fight going. Then moving on up the card, we have Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. Now, this is a veterans fight, and I'm actually going to be going with Jim Miller. Now, Bobby Green, I like Bobby Green. I think Bobby Green's a great fighter. But that Jarlin Turner fight, man, that was one of the worst stoppages of all time. He took an insane amount of damage in that fight. I don't know if he can come back from that. And Jim Miller, I don't know what the fuck he's done. He's found the fountain of youth or something. He's looking better than ever at this point in his career. And I just think based on activity and momentum, I think Jim Miller can KO Bobby Green at this point. Bobby Green's been KO'd by Drew Dober recently, and now he's just been brutally slept by Jarlin Turner. Back in the day, we only seen him get slept by Dustin Poirier, but it seems like more and more he's coming susceptible to being chinned. So I'm actually going to take Jim Miller to get this fight done, and I'm going to actually go by KO. I just think Bobby Green's durability is going to be a bit shot after that fight. Then we have Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. I mean, I'm going with Jessica Andrade, man. She's powerful. She hits like a bloke. And Marina Rodriguez, she's pretty good as well. But I just think at this point in their careers, I think Jessica Andrade has a beat. So I am gonna take Jessica Andrade. I'm not super confident in this fight, but at this point in time, I'm going with Jessica Andrade. Then speaking of Jarlin Turner, we have Jarlin Turner versus Manny Moicano. I am Renato Moicano. I'm going with Jarlin Turner though, unfortunately. I like Manny Moicano. I think he's hilarious. I love the things he's doing right now. His channel, it's fucking hilarious. I love his post-fight interviews. But I just think that we've noticed a trend in Renato Moicano fights is, maybe he can take Jarlin Turner down, but every fight starts in the feet. And I think having such a big reach advantage that Jarlin Turner has, I do think he is going to be able to chin Renato Moicano, who's powerful. No, the reach isn't that big now. I'm looking at it, 3.5 inches. But girls might say size don't matter, but in the fight game, size does matter. So Jarlin Turner, I think he's going to have a nice long reach advantage in this fight. I think he's going to be able to catch Renato Moicano on the chin, and I think he's going to be able to put him out. Renato Moicano though, he does have a really good shot in this fight. I could see him shooting in some takedowns, maybe holding Jarlin Turner down. But because of how long he is, I don't think he's going to really be able to just jump on the back and sub him or hold his back or anything like that. I think the long, freaky fucking limbs that Jarlin Turner has, he is built like a spider. Like that's the best way I can. He's built like a fucking, I don't even know. He's built really fucking weird for a lightweight. And I don't think Renato Moicano has ever dealt with anybody like Jarlin Turner. So I just think Jarlin Turner is going to eventually catch Renato Moicano. But I do think Renato Moicano will have some success with the wrestling. But I'm saying Jarlin Turner second round KO. That's how I'm going to go. Then moving up, we have a featherweight fight. We have between Sadiq Youssef and Diego Lopez. I like Diego Lopez. I think he's a cool fighter. He has a cool look to him. Looks like he's from My Chemical Romance. Looks straight out of the 2000s. He's like from a 2000s emo time warp or something like that. But I'm actually going to take Sadiq Youssef here. I don't think Sadiq Youssef is going to go on like some championship run or anything like that, but we do know he has good takedown defense. That is the best part of his game. He's a good anti-grappler from the fights I've seen, and he is very powerful. Diego Lopez has been chinned in ACA by a Chechen fighter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he has been shown that he can be chinned. He hasn't got like a completely granite chin. He does look like he cuts a lot of weight, so does Sadiq Yusuff. Sadiq Yusuff on the other end, his chin isn't too great either, but I do think he does have an advantage in the striking here. So I am going to take Sadiq Yusuff to just defend takedowns and then not club and sub, but I think he's going to stuff takedowns and he's just going to be able to catch Diego Lopez on the chin. Maybe we see Diego fade a little bit or something like that. I just see Sadiq Yusuff being able to catch him and put him out. Then we have, moving up the card, we have the debut of Kayla Harrison, obviously three-time PFL winner, I believe. Obviously coming off her first loss 2 fights ago, but besides that, she had beat Larissa 2 times before that, so she is 2-1 in that series. She is a really good fighter. She's big. The weight cut does have some worrying factors in there, like is she going to make the weight? Who knows? But I think she's going to beat Holly Holm. Holly Holm, she's a bit of a one-hit wonder. Let's be real. She chinned Ronda Rousey years ago, and that's like reason why she gets all these big opportunities. She hasn't really beat anyone of note recently. I just think Kayla Harrison's going to be able to take her down, beat her up, and then eventually sub her, or just maybe even just like beat her up and TK her. I just think she's going to be so strong. Kayla Harrison just looks freakishly strong. She's got bigger arms than me. And realistically, she's just, she's got son in her last name. She's somebody's son. So I think she's going to go out there and she's going to son Holly Holm. Then we have Kelvin Guitar versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain moving up to featherweight for the first time, coming off a big time loss to Sean O'Malley by KO. Forced to move up after the Sugar Show ends his reign. And I'm going with Kelvin Guitar here, man. I think his takedown defense is one of the best parts of his game. He's got good takedown defense. He's going to be much bigger than Aljamain. Kelvin Guitar is a former lightweight. He's fought at lightweight. He's going to be much bigger than Aljamain. He's going to have a big power advantage. Maybe the chin of Aljamain Sterling is going to be rejuvenated at this weight class. But, there's a lot of buts in this, right? We don't really know much about Aljamain at this weight class. And what we do know about Kelvin Guitar at this weight class is he's durable. He's showing good grappling defense. And he's just a really good striker. I think he's going to have a big power advantage. And I think he's going to actually knock out Aljamain Sterling. Now, I could be wrong about this. Maybe Aljamain at featherweight's a mythical fighter. Maybe that weight cut has been infecting him. Maybe that's the reason for his chin issues and cardio issues in the past. But I'm going to go with what I know. And what I know is Kelvin Guitar is a very solid fighter at featherweight. So I'm going to take Kelvin here. Then moving up, we have Yuri Prohaska versus Alexander Rakic. People aren't going to like this pick. Yuri Prohaska, he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. But, I don't know how good he really is, man. He became champion. He beat an old man, Glover Teixeira, who, admittedly was beating everyone up in the division, but he got fast-tracked to the title, and he won it, but we haven't seen him against these sorts of styles. And I feel like Alexander Rakic is so super athletic. He's a big guy. Maybe coming off that knee injury or ACL injury, he's coming off against Jan Blachowicz. Maybe he's not going to move as fast, but I've seen videos of him hitting pads. He's moving quick. He's looking good. And I think he's actually going to knock out Yuri Prohaska. Yuri Prohaska, not got the best defense. He's just coming off a KO loss. He's rushing right back in there after being chinned. I know it was a bit of an early stoppage for some people, but I think he got flush KO'd. We've seen him get flush KO'd a few times. Dominic Reyes flush KO'd him with a front kick on the... God damn, man. I'm fucking these words up. He KO'd him on the ground with an up kick, sorry. And I think we can see him get chinned again here. I think Alexander Rakic is going to boot up his legs. We've seen Alex Bahia have a lot of success there, and I think he's going to replicate this. So I'm going to take Alexander Rakic by KO to get this one done, or more so like a leg kick type finish. I think he's going to hurt the legs of Prohaska and then maybe beat him up, and then he's not going to be able to get back up to his feet. Then we have the hype man himself. We have Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. This is a steaming pile of shit on the UFC main card. This is like a fucking just like somebody decided to put a massive fucking shit on the main card. This is a bathroom break fight, and I don't think it's going to last very long. Cody Brundage got out-wrestled by Cedric Dumas. Dumas, he can only beat women, and he somehow beat Cody Brundage. I think Bo Nickel takes him down. I think he subs him. That's all I'm going to say about that fucking pile of shit. Get it off the main card, Dana. Then we have Charles the Bronx, from the Bronx, Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan is a very good fighter. I do think he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. But we have seen he is susceptible to left hooks. He does have a bit of a fight IQ problem. We've seen him gas before, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about the gas tank in this fight. But I think Charles Oliveira is going to knock him out. I really do. I don't rate the win over Arman Tsarukyan for... the win over Beneil Dariush for Arman Tsarukyan. Yeah, he KO'd him, but Charles Oliveira softened that chin up for him. Beneil came back way too fast, got KO'd. I don't think Arman Tsarukyan has this KO power that everyone's saying. I just think Beneil Dariush, at this point in his life, would probably get KO'd by a gust of wind. He's never been super durable. Now he's coming off KO losses. His chin's cracking. It's been cracked. It's deteriorating. And Arman Tsarukyan, all of his success is because of Beneil Dariush's downfall. And that was caused by Charles Oliveira. I think Charles Oliveira is going to move forward. I think he's going to catch Arman Tsarukyan with a left hook. I think he's going to shoot. I think Charles Oliveira is going to throw up a guillotine. I think they're going to scramble back to their feet. And then I think against the fence, Charles Oliveira is going to catch him with that left hook and knock him out cold. I really do think this. I do think Charles Oliveira is going to beat Arman. So that's how I'm going with that fight. I'm going Charles the Bronx by first round. No, I'm going to go second round KO over Arman Tsarukyan. I think the first round will be a bit of a feeling out. I think Charles Oliveira with that shoot box type style, he's going to come forward. He's going to be in the face of Arman Tsarukyan. But yeah, that's how I have that fight going. Then we have the BMF fight. We have Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. I think, let's get serious about this. I really do think this could be a really terrible time to be a Max Holloway fan. Because we've seen what Justin Gaethje does to these durability merchants. We've seen what he did to Tony Ferguson. He massacred my boy. He beat the fuck out of him. He ruined his career. Now, I think Max Holloway brings a lot more to the table in a fight against Justin Gaethje than Tony Ferguson does. He does have a lot of technique. He's not an athlete merchant like Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson was never a technical fighter, but he did, he fell off a little bit. We can't just blame it all on Justin Gaethje. But Max Holloway is more of an actual technical fighter in there. He's got more than just like his chin. He does fight technically. He's got good boxing. He's working on his game. He's still very young. People forget. I think he's actually younger than Justin Gaethje as well, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, he's 3 years younger, but he's taken so much damage. He's got a granite chin though. But I think Justin Gaethje is going to beat him up. And I think he's actually going to finish him, but not the way most people think he's going to do this. I don't think he's going to go in there and knock out Max Holloway. I don't think that's going to happen. Justin Gaethje didn't finish Rafael Fiziev. He didn't chin Michael Chandler. Both of these guys aren't particularly known for their durability, especially Michael Chandler. So I think this has the opportunity to go to a decision, but I do think that Justin Gaethje is going to get this done by a doctor stoppage. I just think he's going to land a bunch on the eye, and we have seen Max Holloway's eye puff up quite a lot in his career. I think he's going to shut the eye of Max Holloway after a back and forth fight. And I think we're going to have a bit of a similar situation to Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz, where we're going to have a BMF fight stopped to a doctor stoppage. So I'm going to take Justin Gaethje by doctor stoppage. And I'm going to go in the third round. I think it's going to be a back and forth scrap. I think maybe Max Holloway is going to start to pull ahead a bit, and then maybe Justin Gaethje just lands the perfect shot on his eye, which closes it up, and then a doctor comes in and he stops it. And then everyone throws shit in the cage, and then whoever is putting the belt on gets booed. But yeah, that's how I see that happening. And then we have Weili Zhang versus Zhang Yan. Not Peter Yan, Yan. I think Weili Zhang's going to take her down and beat the fuck out of her. She got stopped by Carla Esparza. If you're getting stopped by Carla Esparza, you should probably retire. Then moving on, we have the main event. Nah, I'm joking. Weili Zhang, though, I do think she's going to take Yan down. I think she's going to beat her up on the ground. I think she's going to brutalize her. I think she's got the advantage on the feet as well. I just think this is a fucking bad matchup for Yan, right? But it's big for China. We've got 2 Chinese fighters. But yeah, I do actually think Yang is going to take her down and destroy her on the ground though. Then we have the big one. As Jamal Hill put it, Jama versus Chama. And I think Chama gets this one done. I got Alex Pereira. I think the leg kicks are going to be big for him in this fight. Jamal Hill doesn't check leg kicks. He's getting fucking out leg kicked by Glover Teixeira. He was making Glover Teixeira looked like fucking Justin Gaethje out there with the leg kicks. He wasn't checking any of them. And Alex Bahia, he's just gonna march forward out there. He's gonna get up. And then he's just gonna throw one of them kicks, and then Jamal Hill's leg is gonna be completely battered. He put out a video mocking the leg kicks of Jamal Hill, of Alex Bahia, and I think that's actually gonna be to his detriment. Maybe he's gonna go in there with the mentality that he can't be beat, but I just think his legs are gonna get absolutely battered in this fight, and then I think he's gonna get finished due to leg kicks. That's how I do see this fight going. But Jamal Hill, you can't count the guy out. He really does believe in himself. He punches hard. He is long for the weight class. He could maybe land a crazy 1-2 on Alex Bahia, but I do think Alex Bahia is going to get this one done, man. So I'm going Alex Bahia, second round leg kick TKO/KO. Maybe he lands that left hook after beating up the legs of Jamal Hill. But yeah, that's how I'm going with this fight. I'm going Alex Bahia to defend his belt, and then who knows? Maybe we see him against I was about to say Pantoja. Jesus fucking Christ, that should never happen. It would kill him. There's a bit of a weight difference there. Maybe we'll see Alex Bahia versus Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 301. But obviously, we've got to see how this fight goes. But anyway, they're my predictions for UFC 300. So make sure you like this video, share this video, and also leave your predictions down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.